Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. So I did it. I bought a plane ticket. I'm going to Judge Fleischer's courtroom on October 15th. I don't know what time because, I got a plane ticket. I think I'm touching down in Houston at 8. So then I'll just take an Uber to Judge Fleischer's courtroom. So however long that takes from plane wherever the lands is how long it'll take for me to get to the courtroom. So if anybody's in the Houston area and wants to come join Judge Fleischer's court on October 15th, I will be there. It's going to be great. I can't wait. It is so exciting. Oh my gosh. And then as soon as Judge Fleischer's court is over, I have 3 things I have to do. Steak, barbecue, Tex-Mex. Hopefully, hopefully a beer to wash it all down. But I'm not coming back to Pennsylvania until I had a steak, barbecue, and Tex-Mex. I'm hoping to find one place that has all 3. But if there's not, that's fine. I will go to 3 separate places because that's all I want. That's all I want from Texas is a steak. Because I heard good things, guys. I heard really good things about those steaks down there. Yep, 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 yep. Oh, yeah, so you're gonna come from Australia. Okay. I there were choices of flights for me that lasted 15 hours long just to get from Pennsylvania to Houston. So I don't even know how long it would take you, Ozzy. 48 hours? Oh, I hope you're well soon then, Amy. So, yeah, so I won't be modding that day, guys. Maybe I will. If Steven lets me have my phone out. No, I'm not bringing candy. Do you want to know why, Robert? Because I got the cheapest ticket I can get, and you can't really bring anything with you. I'm hoping they let me bring my purse with me. And they said limited legroom. Luckily, I'm 5'2" and 3/4, so limited legroom for me is spacious. No, not me. Nope. Judge Fleischer all the way, 100%. 100%. All right. So I have no idea, Kelly. I have no idea. I thought it started with a U, but I could be wrong. I have no idea. Oh, yeah, I got Skittles for today. I ate one. Um, the only Skittles I could find were M&Ms, Starburst, Skittles, and Snickers. So that's what I got for the stream today. I also have one more thing, but I didn't bring it over to me. So hold on one second. Casey, are you here? Casey Carey? Casey Carey, are you here? Casey Carey, are you here? So, um, I got this. There's no There's no name on the tag, but I think it's from Casey Carey. I'm pretty sure. It was addressed to my dog. So it also had some blue tissue paper coming out to make it look really pretty, but my cats took that. My cats took it. What are you gonna do? They pretty much lay down the law. I don't really have a choice. They'll they'll scratch me and I'll bleed. Um, but it's for my dog. It's a wine bottle. And my dog's not here. Great. Well, there's more in the bottom. This is what it looked like. And my favorite dog light. Hey, Dinko. Casey, she loves it. She loves anything with a squeaker, though. Anything. Thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate it. That was so cool. Okay. Now we have some court to do. About, look, sometime between the last time you asked me and now. Today is Thursday, so I think it was midday Wednesday, I think, Fozzie. Um, yeah, because it was right before, it was as I was getting the bingo prizes. Oh, I made your dog jump. I'm so sorry. I didn't even think about that. I never think about my noises. Yes, you told me Thursday. So today is Thursday. So I will go Thursday. You made yours a tuxedo. I crocheted all kinds of stuff for all my animals. And my son gets so mad at me. He really, really, really gets so mad at me. He does not like when my animals have clothes, any clothes, but they love it. They're so pleased. I mean, they start wiggling around because they like it so much. They're not trying to take it off. Don't worry. They're enjoying it. Chekhov got his shots. Chekhov's not doing very good right now. Poor Chekhov. Don't worry, Chekhov. You get to eat soon. You get to eat a bunch soon. Okay. I've already talked so much that I'm going to get in trouble for this completely, but that's okay because this is my channel. Um, so I was like 2 minutes late for this stream today because I thought that I would go through each clip and just equalize all the sound out. So all of these clips should sound the exact same. Let's see if it works. I really would like to know if it works. So if you guys hear a real loud one or whatever, let me know. So the first one, nothing really great happens in the first one, but it's pretty great. But I'll give you a backstory. They're in the courtroom in Licking County, Ohio, and there's a case. They have a case, but they do not have any translator, and he does not speak English, which I'm sure he does, but that's besides the point. So the judge is like frustrated because he wants to get this case done, but he can't find a translator.
Copo. See?
Oh my gosh, did you see that? Hold on. Hold on. I have to rewind that because you guys might have not have seen it. Ready?
Copo. See? All right. Drive without a license and a headlight.
I'm in love. Did you see that? He does it again. He does it again.
Hable English?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to help us?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, what's your name?
Jose.
Okay. Do you know Mr. Rivera's? Oh, you with him? Okay. Okay, you want to help them today? Okay, that'd be great. Come on down.
Have a seat up there, sir, if you have a seat up there.
He did it again, guys.
Okay, he was charged with driving without a license
That's it. That's the best part. It's over now.
and a headlight violation.
En la luz que no te servía.
Pero en mi defensa todavía estaba de día cuando me pararon sin luces. Estaba de día todavía, pero sí estaba manejando sin luces.
Sí. He said it was still light when they pull him
He
over
never
for the
smiles.
light.
Okay, this says it was 8:41 on August 19th.
Como las 6 y algo, dice.
Sí, como 6.
6 y algo.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Maximum penalty for that is a $150 fine.
Que dice que depende de las. Dice que la máxima penalidad son 500,000 baros por pagar horas comunitarias.
¿Cómo es eso?
Pues nomás lo vas a asegurar que sí, ya
Sí.
se paga. No es mucho. Yes.
Okay, how would you like to plead?
Que como que te hace guilty o not guilty.
Okay. You understand that a guilty plea is an admission of your guilt?
Que si sabes.
Now, Nan said I could watch this judge all day. I got excited and my thumb hit the little side button on my mouse, which of course closed down my StreamYard. Because when I make little mistakes like that, I pay the penalty.
Que eso puede ser si, como le está hablando, pero eso puede ser prisión.
¿Prisión? Porque no, pues,
Pero no pasa así. Yes.
Okay, you understand when you're giving up your right to have a trial.
Si le das permiso, dice, yes.
Okay.
Como así en feria, no.
sí.
A la cabeza. No.
Okay. 125 in court costs for the suspension or for the license, nothing for the headlight.
Solamente 125.
All right. Have to see, he'll be back to get you.
Okay.
Siéntate, también por policía.
Mr. Castaneda?
Oh well. He's gone. Yeah, free. Should we just play it again? No, just kidding. Just kidding, just kidding. Wow, that was the first one. It's all down it's all downhill from there, guys. I got lots of compliments about this chat box in the video comments. And by compliments, I mean lots of people hate it. So, here is the chat box. I need to know from the replay crew if you want the chat box or you don't want the chat box. It's there for you. We can see it. We are here. We see it. But a lot of people are like watching it on their television and can't see chat and don't know what I'm talking about when I talk. So there's the chat box so that you can. No, that was the words in my thumbnail is covering the judge's face, not the chat box. Unless it was you who complained that you couldn't see the judge, Fozzie, which is possible. See, I just said all that, and everybody knows what I'm talking about because they can read that Fozzie hates the chat box, which is one reason why I say thumbs up. I'm joking. Yes, you can security if you're watching it on a screen, like if you're watching it on your TV, you can't see that. 50% of my people, 50% of my viewers watch this on a television. Isn't that crazy? I thought it was crazy. But I used to watch all my YouTube on television. No, replay crew. Think of the 50 percenters. Actually, 50 percenters, it's up to you guys. You guys have to save yourself on this one. Tell me in comments if you want the chat box, you don't want the chat box. I'm just going to count them up, literally count up the comments on this video. And if more knows, then it's gone. So if you want your chat box, you got to vote for it. Create 17 accounts. No, just kidding. Yeah, see, some people can't. And then you guys get to see yourself all day. Like Fozzie would be like, oh man, why did I say that? Well, Fozzie, you said it. Okay, next. Ooh, we're going to Kentucky. I don't know if Terry's here, but Terry, we're going to Kentucky and someone's in trouble.
Did we ever find Diego Morales' attorney? John Caudle. Was he on the line earlier today?
He was driving in his car and I stopped at his building.
He was the one that had the court where?
Federal.
Federal court. Oh. Well, it should order holding Mr. Coggle in contempt for not being here and fining $250. Mr. Morales, you come back. Are you in a negotiation phase with him?
Not that very sad case.
So he just needs to come back. You come back here on October the 8th with your attorney. He didn't show up today and I fined him $250, okay? So you.
Our different one, because we've been doing this for a while.
Well, I know you have.
It's private, so it's.
He's a private attorney though. So if he, I'm going to tell you what, if he doesn't appear on October 8th and get it done, I'll let you get a copy of that and go it over with the public defender's office or somebody else and finish it. You won't have to come back after that, okay? See you. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. We're going to Kerry Marlin. Come up versus Kerry Marlin.
He just fined that attorney $250 for a no-show. Man, you guys in live, guys, I'm just telling you, all the people in live are like, screw you people with the TV, no chat box. They were like, no, we don't care. If they can't see chat, they can go get their phone. Uh-oh, Michael made a fair point. I don't see any fair point that he made. Linus, Nisi. Oh, I see that. Okay. Now, I don't have this whole trial. I don't have this whole hearing. No, I just cut a little part of it that made me laugh a lot. And then, and that was it. So the rest was really boring. So he was trying to smuggle drugs into the jail. I think he was out on work release, and him and his girlfriend and another person, they all got arrested. They all got arrested for this. So, but this is what he said.
Excuse me, Mr. Banks is present with his counsel, Scott Rubenstein. The state is represented by Jenny Nicholson. We are here for sentencing. Is there a statement from the state of Ohio?
Yes, Your Honor. The state does not believe that Mr. Banks is amenable to community control and would ask that you sentence him to prison. The state acknowledges that he was released on parole in March of this year and has been out since that time. However, in reviewing the pre-sentence investigation, I counted 32 rule infractions at ODRC in a 3-year time period. He was incarcerated for an involuntary manslaughter and could not follow the rules countless times at ODRC. There was then this incident where he conveyed a Schedule 1 substance as well as buprenorphine into Lebanon Correctional through his girlfriend and cousin. There were numerous recorded phone calls where he was setting up that conveyance with his girlfriend, who indicated that his cousin was going to be paid money to actually convey it to Mr. Banks at a visit. There is then a subsequent phone call after the conveyance and where Mr. Banks is caught with the drugs in his pants, there's a call to his girlfriend where he indicates that, quote, dude, that shit was humongous. I couldn't even fit it in my pants at first. He indicated in the PSI that he was hanging around the wrong people and they got him to bring drugs in. However, in these phone calls leading up to the conveyance, there are specific instructions to his girlfriend on how to tape and prepare the drugs for conveyance into the prison. And in looking at his history in ODRC, I can't imagine that all 32 rule infractions were also him just being around the wrong people. He indicates he has no substance abuse history. He doesn't need any treatment. Not imposing a prison sentence in this case would demean the seriousness of the offense. Illegal conveyance of drugs, this court knows, is very dangerous. Putting drugs into the prison system, it's a risk to the institutional security. And this would have been a consecutive sentence case if Mr. Banks had still been incarcerated. There's no deterrent effect. He's on parole.
That we already got through the good stuff. So that was, so you know when they tell people, look, your phone calls from jail are monitored. They're recorded and everybody listens to them and they're monitored. So he brought a whole bunch of drugs into the jail and then he called his girlfriend and told her about it. Casey, thank you so much. The dog already took the beer, but now I'm going to give this one to her. Come on, baby. Hey, go. All right. So that was that. No. Listen. Don't listen to Fozzie at all. If you like the chat box, say, oh my gosh, that's so cool. If you don't like the chat box, say, oh my gosh, no chat box. That's it. It doesn't mean anything if you say it one way or another. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. So it's really easy. Don't let anybody manipulate you like that. No way. Fozzie, how do you feel about the chat box? Hold on, I just want to know how Fozzie feels about the chat box. I just want him to tell me how he feels about the chat box. Oops. Wait, this is the best part, guys. Fozzie, where are you? Yay or nay? Fozzie, if you just tell me whether you like Fozzie, just tell me yes or no, and I'll listen to you. All right. We'll just wait like one more minute. I just ought to know if it's yes or no. 4:57. I'll wait till 4:58 to see if Fozzie says yes or no. Oh, time's a ticking. Time's a ticking. I just don't see Fozzie saying anything about the chat box. Do you guys? Thought he felt strongly about this. Maybe he doesn't. Oh, it's 4:58. Sorry, Fozzie. Sorry, Fozzie. You didn't answer. Try next time. Good luck.
Bond is set on the amount of $2,000 cash. I do see that there is a warrant on cause ending in, well, I believe in each cause, we'll show those warrants recalled since we know where Mr. O'Brien is located. So those warrants do not need to be issued. I'll turn to Ms. Wright. Is there anything that you'd like to add at this time, Ms. Wright?
Judge, nothing that I want to add. I will say that Mr. O'Brien and I have talked about the cases and how he would want to move forward. I believe that he wrote a letter to the court saying that he wants these matters set for trial. I would ask that we go ahead and get it on the trial calendar, but we get it set pretty far out just so I have enough time to have the proper phone calls with Mr. O'Brien and review all of the discovery.
Okay. And then Ms. Wright, on each case, do you anticipate them being one-day trials or more than one day?
I would expect them to be one day, but I will leave that to the state.
Okay. Ms. Kemp?
1 second. I think 761 could be a one day. I think they both could be done in separate days.
So this is what I'm going to do. And I guess, Ms. Wright, is your preference to, and I've done both, where I can set both on one day and then congest one, or alternatively, I can set probably the older case first and then set the other case the next week.
I mean, Judge, my preference is to just go ahead and get them set on the same day, just in case something happens with one case, that other case is already set that day.
We can do that. If I set this December 12th at 8:30, would that work for the parties?
No objection.
Works for defense.
Okay, so parties, I'm going to set these for jury trial December 12th at 8:30. Those will be in person at the Community Justice Center. What I am going to do is I am going to set a final pretrial conference. I will set that remotely the week before. That'll be December 4th.
I don't have my phone.
1:00 p.m. December 4th, 1:00 p.m. For a final pretrial conference in both cases. And then at that point, if the parties are confirming and ready to set for trial, we can issue a transport order at that time. Okay.
Can I say something, please?
So, Mr. O'Brien, if you have any general questions, I'll give you that opportunity. I don't want you to say anything that can be used against you. So if you have any general questions, I can answer those to the best of my ability.
Yes.
Mr. O'Brien, I plan on getting a phone call scheduled with you for either next week or the week after, depending on their availability. So I can always answer any questions that you may have.
Well, I talked to mental health yesterday, and I was sent to where I'm at because due to my mental health and no other place would take me because of the seriousness of the self-harming. And yesterday I asked her, hey, did I do this because of my mental health, or did I
He's
do all
working.
of this because I was just being a jackbutt? And she basically said that she discussed it with the higher ups of the mental health, and they all agreed that it was because of my mental health, what was going on. So I mean, if it
Don't watch while
if it
driving a
played
truck,
part,
Lori.
I'm used to people just sweeping it under the rug and just punishing me, but this time I want it to be, I would like for it to be brought out why all of this happened, what played a part, all the abuse, the strapping me down, beating the crap out of me, and all of this and that. That what took place at Killington.
And Mr. O'Brien, and based on Ms. Wright's request, I set that for trial. So it seems that what you're requesting is a trial. So I set that on the trial calendar, and we'll hear the cases at the end of the year, or close to the end of the year, where we'll have a jury trial at that time. So we have the set for trial already. And then, as Ms. Wright said, she'll give you a call sometime within the next week. She's in jury the rest of most of this week, so she'll give you a call probably sometime early next week, I would imagine. Or all right. Beyond that, party, is anything else that needs to be addressed at this time?
Nothing further.
Nothing more defense, thank you.
All right, thank you. That will conclude our AM remote docket this morning.
Thank you.
It just seems like a common theme when they say that they have some mental issues to deal with. They also, I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them, they say they also got beat up by the police. So if they say, oh, I have mental issues, they're going to say, oh, I got beat up by the police. Maybe because they have mental issues, they don't comply and the police force them to comply, or the jails force them to comply. But it's always, I got strapped down and beat up. Yeah, if I was watching, oh, Lori, if you're watching, don't laugh. Don't you dare laugh. Is Lori here? I'm going to delete this clip before Lori can even see it. We don't need her cracking some more ribs. I can't remember this next clip, but it says, be nice to the popo. So, oh, I remember now. That's fine, Sherry. You're good. Thank you. Here we go. I'm going to go find my phone real quick.
In the matter of People versus Frost, on file number 241937. Morning, good afternoon, Mr. Gus.
Good afternoon, James Gus on behalf of Mr. Frost. Today's time of day, so for sentencing, we have reviewed the pre-sentence report. We believe it is accurate. I believe the recommendations are appropriate given the facts and circumstances.
All right. Anything, Mr. Frost, that you want to add? Or Mr. Gus, anything
Well,
further?
the only thing, I was wondering about the state police $300 reimbursement fee.
I've had some concerns with District 3, chaos that appears to be going on through their, through this district with regard to management and the operation and how it's affected citizens and the operation of some of the interaction between citizens and the state police. That has affected those that uphold the standard of the state police. So, with regard to that, I've been there are certain situations where I will include that. I will not include it in these situations. With regard to the recommendations, then I'll adopt as amended. $600 of fines and costs. Strike number 7, and then time to pay. We'll start with 60 days. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Best.
So that happened. Sorry, I had to find my phone. And this is how much I love you guys. My phone was still in the car from when I got off work last night. Because when I got off work, I came home and started to get this stream together as fast as I could. And I didn't even realize I didn't have my phone. I didn't even touch it. I didn't even look at it. Casey, I hope we don't crack Lori up. Now I'm scared. Oh, wait, let's see if Fozzie called. Let's see if Fozzie texted me. Nope. I'm not in trouble, guys. Or I'm in so much trouble that he's just done. He rage quit tonight. No, you weren't. I have my phone right here. I thought you rage quit. What are you doing here? Okay. How long was that black like that? Sorry. Well, on the way to my car, I had a pet, 3 cats and a dog. And they're very cute. Oh no, this next clip is called Talk a Lot. I mean, like right now.
Your Honor, we're asking that bond be set here as schedule. I think that bond would be appropriate at $10,000 cash or surety. That is already below, I guess, the 10,000 cash or surety bond that's been issued is already below schedule. The people are fine with it remaining there, but I think that is appropriate. The allegation here is concerning. The allegation is that he punched his neighbor in the face. He was holding a key in his hand or between his fingers when he did that. There are allegations of children being present during this assault and watch this whole thing happen. So
I got hit 3 times before I even touched this woman. I had no key.
Mr. Jones,
Mr. Jones,
the people get to make their record, and then I will make my record.
don't make any statements, Mr. Jones, right now. It won't help you, okay?
I'll mute myself.
So this being violence between a neighbor or towards a neighbor is concerning to the people. We would object to a personal recognizance bond or any further reduction.
Thank you. Mr. Jones, as part of this case, I am issuing a mandatory protection order for the protection of Aujane McPherson, date of birth 2/12 of 92, Jamal Turner, date of birth 8/19 of 13, and Javion Banks, date of birth 7/1 of 13. This does not include a crime that includes an act of domestic violence. I'm checking boxes 1 through 3 and 8B. So, sir, this is a full no contact order for the protection of these individuals. As it relates to bond, the court has heard arguments of counsel as well as reviewed what information it does have on Mr. Jones. Mr. Ortiz, do the people show any criminal history for Mr. Jones?
So I ran his data access this morning. I see a juvenile adjudication, and it looks like that was ultimately dismissed. That was for a felony.
He punched them holding keys. A key, a metal key.
Menacing charge. That's all that the people found.
Thank you. I was not able to find anything on my end. The court is concerned about the nature of the allegations and the injuries that were inflicted to the named victim in this case. So I do think a secured bond is appropriate. Court is going to set bond at $7,500 cash or surety. Will order the people to writ Mr. Jones from Denver Downtown Detention Center for his next court date, which will be Wednesday, October 16th at 1:30 p.m. in Division 6 for the setting of a preliminary hearing. I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Jones if he remains in custody.
I have something to say throughout all of that. Like, even with that whole case, I've been attacked.
Jones, you shouldn't make any statements about the case because they could be used against you, okay? I would advise you not to make any statements regarding what happened, okay?
But I just rather just tell the truth and nothing but the truth. That's what they're gonna tell me.
I would advise you not to do that today. Wait to talk to an attorney about the case, okay? Because everything is on the record and you don't want to see something that might implicate you, okay?
All I'm just gonna say is I got attacked first with multiple witnesses, but I'll leave it at that.
All right, Mr. Jones, I think Ms. Walton's given you some good advice. Like I said, you really don't have any criminal history, any experience in the criminal courts. She certainly does. So I would take her advice on that. All right, sir, if you can let the deputies know that your case is done. We've got one more person to see there in Denver.
I have one more question. You said
Yes,
my
he does.
schedule is gonna be Wednesday, you said?
Your court date's going to be October 16th at 1:30 in Division 6. If you're able to,
Is there any way I could get it anytime sooner?
that
Or
is,
somebody can contact my jobs or something, because I ain't trying to lose my job.
And I would note that I don't think he's being held on a Denver County matter. He just was picked up in Denver. So I do think he's going to be transported to Adams.
I see him having one other hold.
Oh, okay.
For what?
I don't see any information on it. It just says fugitive hold other jurisdiction.
But they didn't do anything in Denver. Absolutely nothing. I got picked up there because my friend's house is getting rioted. And I was literally on my way getting ready to work.
So, Mr. Jones, I have to set the court date when I do because that's how long it takes for a writ to be issued and honored by Denver. If you're up in Adams County sooner, you should be able to be seen by the court sooner.
But they don't even tell me when they're gonna transfer me.
They're not going to. Did you hear what he said? If you're up in Adam, if you're up in Adams County, judge did that on purpose.
And I don't know that either. I don't control the Denver jail. So if you can let the deputies know, we've got one more person to see there.
Yeah, I got you. I'll exit it.
You don't have to close it out. Just let them know. Thank you, Mr. Jones.
He closed it out.
Close it out.
Your Honor, what division was that?
Guess what? No, I'm not. Guess what? Guess what happened after he closed that out? Now, are you thinking the next guy had an easy or hard time logging in to talk to the judge? It was a hard time. They couldn't log back in. Yep. So this next one is like 10 minutes or so. I think this is the bad one. This is the reality of it.
Your Honor, Jonathan Lemons on behalf of the people. President, Torso Fleischer, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Lawson. Mr. Lawson, please take your name for the record.
John Lawson.
Didn't call you first, probably second. That's easier without messing around.
My apologies, Judge.
Okay.
You hear him better in a
Thank you,
second.
Judge. I have spoken to Mr. Evans and to Mr. Lawson on this file. Mr. Lawson sent a letter to my office last week. I wanted to talk to him about that before coming back to address the court. I did submit a Cobb's email with the letter per Mr. Lawson's wishes. Hopefully the court has received that. But Mr. Lawson is requesting that the court allow him to enter a plea in this file and deviate downwards. I believe the minimum on the guidelines is 62 months. And Mr. Lawson is asking you, Your Honor, to consider, I believe it's a total of 20 months. And so that is what he's asking you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. We've been dealing with this case for quite a while, and it comes to us. I did have the opportunity to review the letter that was sent to the court earlier today. Obviously, it's a tragedy. I don't doubt for a second that Mr. Lawson is sorry about what had happened. And I did read the information that he provided earlier regarding his upbringing. And I can understand, he's had a difficult life, but it's one that I find he's frequently found himself in the crosshairs of addiction, and that addiction has enabled him to make poor choices that has previously put him into prison for over 10 years in Florida. And then he came up here. I know in his letter, he indicated, he did indicate that he was released from prison in 2020. He said that he thought that made him change as a person. He admitted that he had a problem with drug use. He did admit that he used the day before this accident, but he was not intoxicated. I'll tell candidly, Your Honor, my theory of the case is because as if the court is going to take a plea, and I assume it's going to be no contest. The labs did come back, and the labs did come back positive for both amphetamine and methamphetamine. And methamphetamine is the intoxicating substance. I've long held that I think that he was, and he says that, I was working all these hours, I was trying to make ends meet, and I just fell asleep exhausted, and that's what led to it. And I can understand that. But I think the reality is that the drugs that he was using, whether it's just the methamphetamine, and the amphetamine is the metabolite of the methamphetamine, or if he was using both, he was trying to do what long distance truckers have done for decades. He was trying to just stay awake, and he crashed out, right? Like, got a very big high, up, and then it just ran out. Still in his system, right? So is it the exhaustion, or is it the combination of working to make ends meet at both ends, plus the methamphetamine? So it's there. The methamphetamine is there. It's in the blood. I believe that it to be a contributing factor to why this crash happened. And I want to say, again, I don't doubt that he's sorry that this had happened. He went to prison in Florida for 14 years. He then came back here, and I know that he was involved in a crash in Detroit on June 22nd of the same year. He was involved in a crash on July 2nd, earlier the same day of this crash on US 127. He then crashes, seriously injures Karen, kills her mother, and then he gets into another crash on 7/5 in Moscow, Michigan, and then which is in Hillsdale, and then a final crash in 7/31. He has, for me, nothing has deterred him, right? He's continued to drive, he's continued to crash, he's continued to use. And I say that because while he was on bond, the community corrections found that between November 22nd and December 11th, he kept testing positive for methamphetamines, right? So nothing has changed him in his behavior other than now he's been incarcerated since February of this year. Every time he drove, I believe he was putting people at risk. He continued to do it. He killed somebody, continued to drive, continued to crash. It just wasn't sinking in. The guidelines are what the guidelines are. I think that they're appropriate for where we're at. I have them calculated at 62 to 114. It's a 15-year maximum offense. I don't see, and I know that in his request, he asked to not go to prison or jail. And I know Mr. Feaster's making the request for the 20 months waiving credit. I just don't see how anybody can be safe with him on the road. I understand that he says that he's a changed person. He said that before. There's nothing behind it. It's just platitudes. So I think that we're all safer with him in the Michigan Department of Corrections.
Hello, dear.
Something that I don't know that they'll ever be able to really come to terms with what had happened for the loss of their family members and everything that Karen had to go through in her rehabilitation. But there's some doubt that a price was paid, that there wasn't just a slap on the wrist for what had happened because of the history that Mr. Boston had engaged in. So I'm going to ask the court, if he wants to enter a plea, I'm going to ask the court to just sentence him according to the guidelines. Mr. Feaster can make the argument for 62. I'll make the argument for closer to 10. And then whatever happens to sentencing is whatever happens. That's what I think is appropriate.
I forgot about tacos, KS. You're right. Steak, Tex-Mex, tacos, barbecue.
Some sympathy.
You can hear him better in a second.
So here's kind of my determination today. Not kicking this down the road because I'm going to put on the record what my thoughts are. So I am going to not grant a Cobb's agreement or entering with a Cobb's agreement today. I appreciate the articulation, Mr. Feaster, of what your proposal is. I actually appreciate, Mr. Lawson, your letter. I mean, that was informative, and I'm not discounting. But I get to formally hear from the family. I'm not gonna ignore that as a possibility by binding myself to something today. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I mean, option A would be leave or is convicted. And then we will let MDOC make a recommendation in the course of events. And that recommendation may be likely be because of the score.
Thank you. I'm going to.
Were to plead or to be convicted, I would direct MDOC to give an
You missed
alternate
Kentucky.
sentencing. That would include what would be the appropriate requirements of the long-term probation. I'm not saying that I would just do that, but I would consider 20 months or whatever it is at the time this plea is entered. More than that, with credits, time jail. And this would be one of those cases where the losses may have permeated. The family may have permeated because they've been in court so long. I respect that. But this would be one of those cases where I would say single violation probation conviction will result in the executed maximum. See, now that said, I'm saying I'm going to do it. Because I have heard from the family and then speaking on behalf. On the other hand, when we talk about rehabilitation, letter, sort of justice, I mean, these are cases where the clear truth of this is that you did not intend to kill, but your actions and your decisions caused potentially someone's death. And I can't ignore that. I can't ignore the protection of society argument. I can't ignore the punishment argument. These are devastating. You identified that yourself in your letter. It's the most devastating thing you've ever been through. So I guess what I'm saying is that I'm just letting you in for better or worse, in my thoughts. And the thought is that is there any possibility of rehabilitation? Is there any possibility of a lifelong sober John Lawson who then is able to do something to try to make this world a better place? I don't think you could ever do anything for the victim's family, but the rest of us have to kind of live with these consequences as well. So that all that said,
Thank you, Chaos. Thank you.
if you decide to plead, that's up to you. If you decide to try the case, that's also up to you. I'm not saying you are at any disadvantage either way, but I'm willing to tell you that your lawyer may make these exact same arguments at your sentencing. I may be swayed. I don't know if the Chapins, I don't know if I haven't heard from them yet. And I don't know if there is forgiveness in the situation. I'm not speaking for them, I'm looking. This isn't a decision I'm making today, but I'm letting everyone know that I'm willing to consider everyone's viewpoint in this matter before I make a final decision. My final decision is the sentence. So I don't choose whether, I don't make a decision in your case, whether you're guilty or innocent. I don't do that. That's what the jury does. But in my position, I can't find myself a agreement without everything. So I'm not going to grant the cops the rest of the I am going to give you a trial date, a jury and a final pre-trial date. If in speaking with Mr. Feaster and him speaking with Mr. Benson, there is a plea in this case to guilty or no contest, you can advance that and then we can make this decision sooner and kind of move it to the next stage. But if you decide you want to have a trial, I'm not going to say you have to do. So what I'm going to do is set your final pre-trial for January 22nd, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. And I will schedule the jury trial for February 10th, which is Monday morning at 8:30 a.m. So again, everything is on the table right now, and I'm not going to make this decision rashly. I'm going to make this with as much respect and deliberation for everybody. So, the next event will be January 22nd at 1:30. I don't know if there's potentially a plea agreement in this case. If that's the case, please you can just get that out.
Thank you, Judge. Yes. Thank you very much, Judge.
Thank you.
So he's going to trial. He doesn't want any jail time. He should go to jail for 20 years. He doesn't want any jail time. He should go to jail for a long time because that wasn't an accident. There's nothing accidental about that one. Nothing. Yeah, I just that poor family. Okay, one more that has to do with alcohol as well.
Holly Lucas appearing with Mr. Ramos. Mr. Ramos appears in custody. I think he wants you on this side. Appears in custody and in person.
Good morning. We're set for further proceedings on a complaint from probation. How would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, given the nature of the allegation, which includes a new law violation directly related to the allegation that he tested positive for alcohol, we are going to ask to set this over, but we would like to address bond.
And we are prepared to address bond.
No bonds. I'm done with bonds.
Okay. When would you like to reset it?
Your Honor, I was going to look up that next court date on the new case if the court wants to proceed with the bond while I do that.
Sure. You may.
Your Honor, we are asking the court to consider a personal recognizance bond for Mr. Ramos. Mr. Ramos is gravely concerned about being able to get back to his employment. He works at Chiva Toasted Stubs. He's due to work tomorrow. He has been in communication with his employer. They are temporarily holding his employment. The reason he's overwhelmingly concerned about his employment is because he assists in supporting his household. About 65% of his check goes to helping his mother, his stepfather, and his niece and nephew, who all reside at the home. His stepdad is unable to work. This is a home that is owned by the family. If his paycheck isn't incoming, it's likely that they will fall behind on the mortgage, the lights will be cut off, all of the normal things that would happen when you are not able to meet your house bills. This doesn't just affect him, it affects all of them. He is willing to comply with any condition ordered by this court. He had already started looking into going into treatment for alcohol issues. His mother has completed an application on his behalf for Hazelbrook. He has not yet been accepted, but just knowing what I know about Hazelbrook, I would expect that acceptance would be forthcoming. And he would be able to get into Hazelbrook and go into sober living. As well, he plans on scheduling a Vivitrol shot at the Front Range Clinic that will assist in also keeping him sober. He has a sponsor by the name of Frank from Alcoholic Anonymous. He had been regularly attending Alcohol Anonymous, but there are some mental health issues that are coexisting here that may be driving to some degree. He has been taking his medications, but will be going in to speak with his treating physician in order to figure out what is going on and why the things that are happening are happening. He also is scheduled for surgery in November. We would obviously, that's difficult to reschedule, and we'd like to get him there for that. He is willing to wear a scram device if that gives the court any sort of solace in assuring that he maintains his sobriety. Unfortunately, because this family is of limited means, the only bond that he can post is a personal recognizance bond. So that is our request. In the longer range, if the court converts to a cash or surety, there's a very slim chance that they could post that, but we are asking for a personal recognizance bond. And also, I would note it appears based on the complaint that he has otherwise been in compliance.
For the people?
Judge, we are respectfully objecting to any modifications in bond at this time.
Not compliant.
The last four of the defendant's criminal cases all involve him under the influence of alcohol. The present offense, not the new law violation that was just filed, but the case before the court occurred literally 2 days after he had been sentenced to probation for 2 Denver cases. One of those cases, 23 GS 2516, involves him while intoxicated, spitting on his sister's face and threatening to, and I quote, kill her and her children by shooting them, and also threatening to engage in the same conduct that he was involved in as a juvenile. I would just direct the court's attention to the offense specific evaluation that was done in this case to see what the people are referencing there. And when officers were attempting to take him into custody for 23 GS 2516, he, and I quote, threatened to kill officers and told officers that if they attempted to arrest him, he would fight them. The second case is 23 GS 4042. That case involved the defendant again while intoxicated, damaging his mother's TV, screaming in his mother's face, going into the kitchen, taking a kitchen knife, and then, and I quote, putting the knife to his throat and threatening to kill himself. So he was 2 days into probation for those two cases when he was charged in the present offense, where he again, while significantly intoxicated, enters a random woman's home at 8:30 at night after smashing one of the windows to the home. The woman ultimately had to take refuge in her bathroom. And was terrified at the time. And Judge, at the time of sentencing, we noted that the most important thing here was for the defendant to maintain his sobriety. All of his criminal conduct is occurring because he is intoxicated. And I'm sure defense was very hopeful that the defendant would take his sobriety and take probation seriously. But now, 3 days after being sentenced to probation, he showed up to his first probation appointment, his intake appointment, while significantly intoxicated and blew a .201. So I understand defense says that other than this, he has been otherwise compliant with probation. Well, he hasn't done anything on probation except for the intake appointment that occurred 3 days after sentencing, where he showed up and blew a .201. At this point, we intend on asking the court for a work release sentence on the revocation. But right now, as it currently stands, we're very concerned that if the defendant is out of custody, he's going to inevitably end up harming himself or harming someone else while intoxicated, because that's what he's demonstrated he will do and has done in the past. So,
all right, guys, now you might get very mad, okay?
For all these reasons, we are objecting to any modifications in bond.
Has a fairly low LSI, and this is an only felony. The prior cases, I agree, they tend to sound like they're involving alcohol, but more immediate concern would be that the underlying case certainly had allegations of alcohol and was had some community and victim safety concerns. Along with that intoxication. So it is of heightened concern that Mr. Ramos would have an allegation again involving alcohol, and as the people point out, that it's shortly after sentencing is, of course, also of significant concern. I did set it cash only. I do think the scram would add some level of security. I don't think that PR is appropriate, but I'm convinced that with the scram,
No, it's not appropriate.
a conversion to cash or surety would be appropriate. So the court will convert to cash or surety, 2,500 cash or surety.
What?
When should we continue to in terms of the probation complaint?
The next setting on the other case is 10/18. So perhaps we could set for the 21st of October, excuse me.
And that works for the people. And Judge, is that bond with scram as a condition?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, scram as a condition, 2,500 cash or surety. We will continue to October 21st at 8 o'clock for the probation complaint. All right. We'll see you at that time, Mr. Ramos.
And he was nothing compared
Holly
to.
Lucas appearing with Ms.
Yo, Holly, shush. Attorneys never know when to be quiet. His crimes were absolutely nothing compared to this man's crimes. This man's crimes were so heinous, I couldn't play his clip. I just can't. Okay. We're here. But I need help to move forward. I know everybody probably wants to see this guy. Is it this guy? That's not where I want to start. The problem is, I don't know where I want to start because I was modding and I was focused on chat, only focused on chat. I can't see the screen. I got to move my thing back over to where it was or I get confused. I can't see the screen when I'm modding because I'm looking at the chat. There was a time today. It was heartwarming. It was just so good. I think it was around here. Hold on 2nd. I think it was around, was not him. It was definitely, was it the boy with the drugs? Was it him? Was it him? Somebody help me, please. Don't let me just flounder. Who was in Judge Fleischer's court today? Micah. Micah, where's the heartwarming guy? Is it him? Thank you. You always come through with the win. Boom. Boom. Comes through with the win. All right. One more question. Are you is there like more back further? You don't have to answer that. I have a mouse and I know how to use it. Yep, yes there were. There were. Trinidad. This is good. So we're going to get to a freak out in Judge Fleischer's courtroom. Don't worry, we're going to get to it. But that wasn't the star of the show. These guys were the star of the show today. Wait till you see how this judge handled him. Just wait.
I'm ready when you are. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Colin?
Carter, Alfred Carter, he has 2 cases.
You know, I'm making fun of him. All right, listen, everything George says, okay? Good morning, Mr. Carter. How you doing? You're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with terroristic threat. You're also charged with criminal mischief. On both of those cases, you're facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 9 months deferred with conditions. You must do an online BIP class, which is, we're doing that. You guys want the 18-week BIP class?
Yeah, well, as long as it's online, Judge, I believe there is an 18-week online course.
Is that what you're, because we need to get.
I mean, so here's the deal. Yeah, I mean, he lives in Louisiana. I explained to him, I can't transfer it, I guess, technically, because it's not the 13-month thing. So he'd have to come back here and report. And so that's kind of why he's going to try and find an address here. His preference is to be
I'm
here.
okay with Zoom reporting as long as he's clean, right? And he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. I'm always okay.
Yeah, so he understands. He understands. Yeah. He also, just so the court knows, he had he did agree, to a 2-year protective order. You go over there, you deny the allegations, agree to abide by the terms and conditions.
Linus, please stop reading my mind. At least let me ask the question before you answer. I can't remember this attorney's name. What is it again? Now you say Greg. My mind is scary. Don't read it.
In the 280th or where?
Huh?
You said he agreed to a 2-year protective order.
Yes.
Was that in the domestic violence court?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
my only other question now is, this is a criminal mischief. Was there any restitution that's available to the complaining witness?
Judge, they didn't notify us and call about any restitution. They just.
There was no rip done ever to see?
There's a rip, Judge. They just asked for a bit.
Any witness only asked for a bit?
The rip only asked for a bit, Judge.
I think it's a townhomes apartment complex. I think they fixed it. Because it was like
It does say in the RIP call that the complainant wanted BIP and restitution. Regarding the criminal mischief, it looks like the restitution was estimated to be $1,600. It was broken windows in a car.
You guys tell me if that's something that you want, then if not, then we'll go forward today. You tell me.
Do you mind if we get a couple minutes just to sit down and just call?
Of course. You know, the thing is, Mr. Carter, the thing is that it's not fair that if you break someone else's stuff, that they have to pay for it, right? Someone has to pay for broken windows and all the broken stuff. If you do the crime.
Oh, Venus, I forgot. Okay, 2 things happened in chat today. Everybody kept calling his shirt orange. So whenever someone would come out from the jail, I would say, "Oh, look, it's orange." And they don't Carl comes out, "Oh, look, it's orange." But then someone I had it set up perfectly. I wanted to start somewhere else today with Judge Fleischer's clip because someone told me that Will was only on Zoom. So I had it set up perfectly for that moment. And I was going to say, "Oh, look, there's Will, not on Zoom." But I messed it up because I forgot. And then I already changed where it was. But don't worry, I know where Will is. Somewhere around here. I'll get him. We're going back to Will. Don't you worry. And that shirt is red, guys. And I'm going to show you it's red when all the orange comes out.
You got to do the time, right? If you're man enough to do the crime, then you're man enough to do the time. And it's not fair to break someone else's stuff and not pay it back. If so, then we will make it a part of your probation, but you can pay it over time. But I'm going to expect you to pay it back. And if you don't pay it back, we've got one place for you. That's it. So just hang tight, give us a couple minutes, they'll figure it out, and then we'll let me know. Let us know. Okay.
I'll just wait here.
Okay, I'm going to come back to all this, but I'm going to go back to him. I'm going to go up and forward to him. This guy's outfit
Him and complaining
is
with
on point.
this was his ex.
Beautiful.
The
The whole
terroristic
thing.
threat, it's criminal
Sorry.
mischief, the protective order. It's all the same CW.
Here we go. Here
Well,
we
I
go.
thought
Here
it was
we
a
go.
car-
Get
Then
ready.
you leave 2 weeks and
Get
like
your
every prosecutor in
tissues.
every court is completely different.
Yeah. When's the last time?
Carter, Alfred.
So, Mr. Carter, you're charged with these 2 cases. You're facing up to a year in jail on both cases. Are we going on which one?
Terroristic threat and dismissing the mischief.
Okay. What you also need to understand is you're pleading guilty to this criminal mischief. I'm sorry, to the terroristic threat. You need to also understand that if you continue with the same course of conduct for a certain amount of time with this terroristic threat, they can label you as either a felony harassment, or they can charge you with another felony offense where you're looking at 2 to 10 of the penitentiary if you continue with the same course of conduct. So whatever the conduct was that led you to this terroristic threat, I wouldn't do it again. Because if you do, you may very well land in felony court, and now you're looking at many, many years instead of days. Do you understand?
Your Honor, just so the court knows, he did have some, mental health stuff, but he's taken care of that. He's really addressed it, and he's pretty open about it. That's why I'm bringing it up to the court. So I just wanted in front of the court so he understands too. If anything happens, an episode or something, you need to tell the court, okay?
Taking medication now?
I was.
Don't have
I
pockets.
stopped. It's probably been
So he's not taking care of his men.
Well, he hasn't, he
has been
went to the hospital, he addressed, so he voluntarily, twice, so he's voluntarily
What
going.
happened?
I had hung myself.
What?
I hung myself. I got like.
Hung yourself? What the
Yeah.
hell, man? Twice?
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Carter, I'm going to tell you that this life, it's a very, very short life, and you only get but one. Once you make that kind of decision, and if you do it the right way, there's just no turning back. You don't get redos in life when you hurt yourself in that manner. You can't. If you hang yourself, there's no redos. There's no, you can't come back from it. You know?
Okay, but what I'm
But
bringing this up is the
what-
court is here to help you, not to punish you, okay? So I want you to, okay.
What could be so bad that would make you want to do that? Is it a girl?
No,
Well, then what?
That's a lot. I don't know. Childhood. That's all. Like I just get depressed. If I'm sitting at home too long, I don't know.
And the problem is that, and I tell this to every single person that comes here. When you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. Your brain needs something to do. It craves activity. It's like a little mouse or a hamster that has that wheel that goes around and around. Your brain needs excitement. It needs activity. It needs knowledge. It needs learning. You have to do something with your life, whether it's going to school and challenging yourself with physics or math or engineering, or even picking up a trade like welding. You need something to occupy your time. And most people, what they do is they either get a full-time job or they work. And not only does it keep them out of trouble, but the byproduct is you either get money, you get knowledge. And if you're sitting on your ass doing nothing, you get depressed. What are you doing with yourself now?
Before I was, right in the middle of all this, I was working at like a plant, Terroristic, and like I guess they read up the charges. I don't know, they got like some update, so they terminated me from there. So it's been hard to like get a job. So that's why I went back to Baton Rouge, because most misdemeanors don't pop up, but it's still been difficult. So I came back here and I'm just looking.
If you think it's hard now, the more criminal cases you pick up, the whole hell of a lot more difficult it gets. It really, really does. And, when people see a criminal mischief, when they see the terroristic threat, what it tells them is this guy has no self-control. So if we hire this guy, if we keep him on, if he gets angry, he's liable to just explode. And they don't want people like that. The good thing is here, they're going to dismiss the mischief. You're doing a deferred on the terroristic threat. So what that means is that if you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction, right? And then even after some time, if you're good, you can even seal it. If you complete this, I'll seal it for you for free. All you got to do is come back and tell me, look, I've completed this. I've done what I'm supposed to. I'll seal it for you for free. But harming yourself, there's no coming back from it. Nothing is that bad that you'd want to take your life away. You take life one day at a time. There's always a window that will open up when one door closes. Sometimes you may have to wait a little bit, but it will, right? Nothing is that bad to end your life. It just isn't. Not a girl, not just not having a job. What I would suggest is you need to pick up a trade like welding, electrician, because if you can become good at it, you can really make a killing in life doing that. I know I have paperwork here that we can get. I'm going to have you stay so I can get paperwork to help you out, so we can get you into like a trade. That way you can learn a skill, get a job with a company, because there's always a need for welders. There's always a need for electricians. And if you get into that, you can really make a killing and do well. Right. Are you supposed to be taking medication?
Supposed to, but I visit the, I think it's called like Ascension Seaton or something. I forgot what it's called, but I visit, like I haven't been taking it like that. I've been off well. This little incident and before that month.
Yeah, you may be doing well now, but there's going to be a stressor that pops up in your life, and you're not going to be able to handle it. And it may happen that you may eternally regret. The medication is there to help you for when that stressor comes up. You're able to cope with it and able to handle it well.
Your Honor, and the reason I brought it up too is there's something. Maybe the Harris Center, once he moves back here, he's trying to move back here, anything, the court just to, because I don't want, my concern is he has an episode and then he gets revoked and he gets thrown in jail. So I'm trying to get in front of it by bringing it to the court's attention to be like, okay, if something were to happen, I don't want him to lose this opportunity to just get thrown in jail and have a conviction. you know, if there's some sort, obviously if you picked up another case, but
I'm always happy to help and work with you if we know that you're trying to help yourself though, right? If you're going to be a danger to my public, I'm not going to stand for it. I'm going to tell you that now.
Oh my God. Look at that orange watch next to that red shirt.
Because my main concern is my town and I want to protect everybody in it. And if you're going to be a danger to that, I'm not going to stand for it. But if you try to help yourself, I'm always there to help you out as well. All you got to do is come up to us and tell us that you need something, and we're always here to help with whatever you need. I'm happy to help you get a job as well. You know?
It's been hard. I had a good job, like $25.
I have a sheet of paper that I'm going to get you over here that has a list of resources to help you get a job. In fact, we are having a fair. It's called the Fresh Start Program, November 9th, and we'll help you get a job as well too. Hold on. Look. Let's do this. I'm gonna need you to wait so I can get the paperwork for you. Let's get this done because we're building a line.
Okay.
And then,
yeah, sorry, Judge, I just want to make sure he's successful in this. And I know he's good about communicating, staying in touch, even if.
the success will happen if one, you communicate, and number two, if you show up. I'm gonna take all your fines and fees away so you won't owe anything with regard to fines and fees. All you have to do is show up, have a willingness to do the work, and then we'll be there to help you. I want you to get a job because you're not doing anything and you need something to occupy your time. We will help you. All you have to do is show up. So on the terroristic threat, you're facing a year. Like I said, you're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this probation. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront, cross-examine the accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you are stuck with us until you complete it successfully or unless you get revoked. If you do something to violate the probation, I will issue a warrant for your arrest and I'm going to put you in jail. I don't want to have to, so just do what you need to do. What are we doing, Shannon?
Bit and $100 donation to the Houston area women's shelter.
Okay. BIP is a batterers intervention prevention program. I don't know, can we pay for that? What about, is there's no TAP funding?
I can look into it, but it's not one that we offer anyhow, so.
Can you look, please? We're gonna look to see if I can fund it for you. I don't know. I'm gonna try to.
Worst case scenario, can we give him a little time to get started on that, just to get?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want you to get a full-time job though. I'm making it a condition of your probation that you get a full-time job. Not this, I'm gonna search one day and I'm gonna take 4 days off and I'm gonna sit at home and do, no. I don't want you to smoke weed and I'm gonna test you like crazy. If I find that you're smoking dope, that's it. You understand? Because the worst possible other thing you can do is put a bunch of different foreign substances in your body. And then because that can make you go haywire as well.
Right now, I don't do drugs at all.
Hope. How do you plead to the terroristic threat? Guilty or not guilty?
Same, Donald.
All right, I'm not
same.
gonna find you guilty. I'll withhold it. How long, Shatori, are we doing? It's a 9-month deferred with the conditions. And then I'm gonna have you wait. Don't leave because I'm gonna get you a lot more paperwork because we're gonna try to help you find a job. Okay? All right, guys.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
See you
you.
tomorrow.
Ready?
Okay.
Hey.
You will let the coordinator know.
So the complainants,
Light soon. Hey. What's up?
Oh my God.
I'm
look,
Miss
we're in the
Rochelle,
courtroom.
Rochell.
In custody or on bond?
I'm Bob.
Okay.
It's my first time asking for this, Judge, but I need one more reset. It's a green reset. This is a hard case and.
Wait a second. I have,
Alexia Rochelle.
it will, if you need more time, I'm okay with it. It's not a big deal.
I appreciate that.
Sure, of course. Are we still doing the mitigation stuff?
I'm gonna reset it for next week. Honestly. You change numbers.
So you want to go to trial? Yeah, sure, of course. I just want to know where we're going. And if you want trial, okay, and I'll tell you now, we're not looking probably like mid-November-ish for trial. So just you let us know. But it's getting old. So if you don't want to set it by the next setting, then we need to have the mitigation stuff done.
Judge, trials for November would be the 12th or the 19th.
It's not a problem. But remember, I only have 2 weeks in December, so it's got to be one of the, it's gonna first or second week, because after that, there's no more juries. Yeah.
Okay, now
what's going on?
I know we're jumping all over the place, but there were 3 things that I wanted to bring out, and it was Will, and what were the other 2? Hold on. The heartwarming guy, and there's one more, and like I said, I wasn't watching. I know this stuff was happening, but when stuff happens, that's when I really have to watch chat. So I think it's this guy, right? Yes, this is the guy. And then he goes back and comes back out. Yes. I'm going with yes until someone says no. So then he leaves, and then I think he comes back out. Hold on, I'm just looking real quick to make sure I'm in the right spot. And I'm not in the right spot. So I think this is when he comes back out. So hold on. I have to find. There he is. So here's the first part, and then we'll go up here to the second part. 343. All right, guys. Are you ready?
Owner came back to me, started yelling at us, filing all kinds of documents. And so ever since that, just show me something like it's theirs, like a receipt from Academy or what, and I'm happy to give it to you. I've been popped for giving up a gun back to someone and it wasn't theirs. And I just, I'm happy to give it to you though, really, Joseph.
Judge, you were right on that decision with the gun.
Yo nomás solo escuché, pues.
Sí.
Perfecto. Buenos días.
Muy buenos días.
Or Mr.
Ustedes.
Andeme.
Yo soy Camilo. Yo no soy Andeme. Yo soy Camilo Esono Andeme.
Camilo Ensono Andel.
It's nice to meet you.
Igualmente.
You looks like Mr. Camilo Andeme. It looks like you were wanted for a case out of state.
Pero de este estado.
And just hear me out, and then I'll give you an opportunity to speak, okay?
Está bien.
You are wanted out of Fulton County, Georgia, for burglary in the first degree. You have several options at this time.
En este tiempo.
The first option that you have is that you can waive formal extradition. And what that means is that if you do that, we give the state of Georgia 14 days to come get you. If they do not come and get you within that time, we release you from custody. The warrant will always still remain, and it will remain indefinitely until you go either post bond in Georgia or you go turn yourself in. The other thing that you have is you can No, I'm listening. I mean, if you're not gonna listen, then we'll just put you back and we can do this another day. Okay. The other option you have is two. You can refuse extradition, in which case, if you refuse extradition, we will get a governor's warrant from the state of Georgia. However, that will take 90 days. And once we get a governor's warrant, at that point, we can get them to come get you. The last option is that you can ask for a bond, but I don't know if I'm going to give you a bond. I don't know anything about you. And my primary concern is public safety, number one. Are you a danger to the public? And number two, if we give you a bond, will you go back to Georgia? I know that you're gonna tell me what you're gonna tell me, but what matters to me is how you look on paper. Because everybody here tells me it's gumdrops and tulips, but yet when I look at them on paper, they're something and someone completely different.
Don't stop.
Do you understand?
Vale. Yo he entendido y yo le quiero responder.
And I want to respond.
Okay.
En primer lugar,
First place,
yo
I
le prometo,
promise.
si quiere,
you
me
want,
puede dar una oportunidad
you
que
can
yo
give
vaya a Georgia. Le doy, aunque 2 días si yo salgo aquí y yo le llamo a través de una videollamada, porque yo estoy diciendo, justificándome que me están imputando eso y la gente que me lo están imputando son secuestradores y que tienen secuestrado a mi hija, porque me tienen secuestrado a la hija y...
No te enojes.
No estoy enojado, señor. Me tienen secuestrado a la hija y yo vine aquí en una imputación a esa misma gente. Yo no les conozco. Me están hablando a través de una uña. Yo no os voy a mentir. Yo estoy aquí, yo os miro y me digo, yo siempre os voy a mirar, pero no voy a dar mi firma porque yo sé quiénes sois y yo sé lo que es justicia. La ley yo la respeto. Yo no soy una persona peligrosa porque yo no vine aquí, no os voy a mentir, para ese tipo de andanzas, porque yo no soy de esos. Yo no te voy a mentir, señor juez, yo no sé si me escuchas, pero en mi vida, desde que yo he venido a los Estados Unidos, no te voy a mentir, yo ya llevo aquí 5 años y 8 meses. Yo nunca, por los encima de donde tú estás, yo nunca no me he metido en problema. Yo sin saber, yo llevo 18 cárceles a través de una gente que yo no conozco. Yo les vengo a conocer a través de una conexión de uña que tienen secuestrada a mi niña.
Hold on. ¿18 qué?
18 cárceles.
¿Carteles?
Cárceles. Sí. Y tienen secuestrado a mi niña. Ellos sí que van imputándome esas cosas. Y...
hold on. Vamos a ver.
Sí, señora.
Tell me about the case, please. What do you know?
I only know what's on the deed, so that's Fulton County, Georgia, failure to appear for Berkeley first. They're currently in the process of starting the governor's warrant. That notification was sent out to the demanding jurisdiction on September 9th. I know defense counsel and I have been discussing, which is why we brought him out to admonish, kind of the state, where kind of the defense is.
How old is the case?
This was issued August 7th, 2024.
So it was just issued. What other criminal history does he have?
He has criminal history out of Georgia. Most recently, 2022, did a probation violation, failure to appear for full charge.
So he has prior fugitive cases.
Don't know about fugitive cases, but these are all criminal history in Georgia.
What else does he have? You said probation violation on what?
It doesn't say here. Just that he was arrested for it. Probation violation.
Arrestado.
Failure to appear,
Ayer de
burglary,
presidencia.
first
I don't know how to do
degree,
this.
2022 arrest, marijuana possession less than 1 ounce.
He has another burglary of the first degree.
He was arrested for burglary, first degree out of Georgia. in 2020.
Is that this one too?
Y también
That I do not know.
eso no sé.
This says death by shoplifting 2022, criminal trespass
Traspasando
2022. No.
2024, with 22.
I think it's a probation violation now in 2022.
En libertad provisional.
During January of 2022, it looks like 4 criminal trespass. Maybe
De 2024, traspasando criminalmente.
criminal attempt to commit a felony. He was arrested for in 2021 in July.
En 21 de
He's a
febrero.
citizen of the United States. You know,
All right, guys. I know I don't do Judge Manning. I just don't. I love, 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 love Judge Manning. She was my favorite for the longest. I mean, my favorite, above everybody else by far. If you see this guy in Judge Manning's courtroom, somebody, somewhere, send me the link, please. If he ever goes to Georgia. Yeah, legal. How's the rain? Is the hurricane okay? That's a stupid question.
Judge, we have not been able to have meaningful conversations.
No, señora.
There's a lot of stuff that's being said about him that I have not been able to
Eres
inquire
ciudadano de
about
Estados
because we haven't been able
No,
to communicate effectively.
soy de
Judge, they just told me
África y
that.
también
if
porque
you could
quería
wait till after
volver,
message and I'll
que también
explain
quería volver a hablar, por favor.
Africa.
what happened?
He's from Africa. He says I'm from Africa.
Ya quiero volver a hablar, por favor.
You have permission to be in this country?
So para estar
Yes,
en
sir.
este país.
What type of permission do you have?
When I came here, I was having a visa, a tourist visa.
¿Se venció?
¿Ah?
¿Se venció el visa?
Se me venció el visado. Y señor, cuando yo monté al avión para venir aquí, yo vine aquí para buscarme la vida. Yo no vine aquí, no te voy a mentir, yo no vine aquí a meterme en cosas de robo ni nada. Esa gente que me van imputando esas cosas, me suelen llamar, me
I
dicen,
love you.
si tú quieres y que dejemos de molestarte, vaya a hacerte un vídeo donde tú chupas un pene que enseñamos.
Talking about?
No, te estoy diciendo el daño que me están haciendo.
I don't understand where you're getting into this stuff. Come on.
No.
Really?
Okay, mira.
Talking about, it's just very vulgar, you know, just, there's no need. You know, my only concern, are you a danger to the public? And the problem is that what they're telling me is that you have multiple burglary cases. And what I want to know is the burglary case that you have now, you also have another burglary of the first degree in 22. Is that the same burglary case? Is it a different burglary case? And then you have quite a bit of other criminal history as well.
She has some more going for it that I also.
I mean, I know that you're telling me no, but your record tells me differently.
Yo entiendo que él tiene que seguir el expediente.
So here's the thing. They have her chief coming up now because they want to give us more information about you. I need a little bit more time, but if you can give me maybe 5-10 minutes, I'll bring you back out and we will talk more. I need you to communicate with Ricardo because he's trying to help you. Ricardo is here to help you out in whichever way he can. But if you can't communicate with him, he's not going to be able to help you out. It's not him. It's not them. It's me. So don't get mad at him. Don't get mad at her. If you get mad at anyone, you can get mad at me.
I'm mad at
Because
both
if it's
of them.
anyone that's not going to let you out, it's going to be me. And the only reason is because I want to protect my public. That's it. That's my primary concern. I never want to hurt anyone if they're on probation, if they're on parole. if, they're in prison, and I never want to hurt anyone. All my concern is the public. That's it. All right. Give me a couple more minutes, and then as soon as the chief gets here, we'll bring you back out and we'll have more.
Thank you so much.
But in the interim, talk with Ricardo because
The chief is standing right behind you. Just turn your head.
he's trying to help you out. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Of course.
Judge, real quick, Felicia Samska, her trial set is name.
Okay, so, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna fast
I'll
forward
let
through
him know.
time.
And then also Judge Cefuentes was a bond
Wait,
violation.
I'm sorry. I just gotta look at the Zoom one
Tell
more
him
time.
though that if I find you driving for
Perfect.
whatever reason, because I'm gonna run his record next time I see him. If I find that he's driving, I'll hold him in contempt. And then he's looking at 180 every time he does it. So just please admonish him. I don't care what emergency exists. I
Here we
don't care.
go.
Santa Claus needs a ride.
I didn't know. I didn't know there was entertainment before that. Oh, wait. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Can I just say one more thing real quick? Look at that pretty orange next to that pretty red.
Okay, so Mr. Vidales, you have 2 thefts and a criminal trespass that are open. I have the criminal trespass at 10,003 because you don't come back. How come you don't come back? I took a shower.
A lot of people have been setting me up, so I'm trying to go back. I'm trying to go to a group home at the Broadway. I ain't trying to go back to Broadway no more.
If you come back to court,
Yeah.
good things happen. When you take off, all you do is you put on orange, and then all we do is we make your bonds higher and higher and higher, and that's all that happens.
Yeah.
When you come back, we help you. We want to help you. We want good things to happen for you. But when you take off constantly, this is what happens.
That he understands he's gonna get help and go to the housing and everything he needs at that point.
Are you on probation or parole? Is he on probation or parole?
I can see Judge.
Okay. What are we doing? On which one? In Kavita, the newest theft. Are we setting him up to fail by doing this? Are we just setting you up to fail?
I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do what? Pick up another case? Yes, I know.
I'm not gonna pick another case. I'm gonna go to the group home.
He says he's gonna go to Cypress Creek
To
Hospital.
Cypress Creek, I tell them Cypress I'm suicidal and they receive me.
No, I'm not gonna do this now, Mr. Vidal. This sets you up to fail because all this does is tell you
Monica, you
it's
were right the
okay for
first
you to
time.
constantly take off,
That one.
pick up a new case, take off, pick up a new case, take off,
By the way, my name is now Damon.
pick up a new case, and when we just give you 3 days in jail, boom, you get right back out. What the hell good in there is that for that? Do what?
I'm gonna do whatever it takes me to stay out of jail. I mean, I've been.
I don't believe that for a second,
I've been
man.
in 14 tanks and I got him beaten up a whole bunch of times.
You got-
14 tanks. I've been in 14 tanks and I've been assaulted by a lot of inmates. I'm getting beaten up over and over by a lot of inmates. They took it.
Yet, all you do is pick up new cases and continue to abscond. If you're telling me that you have all these mental health issues and we are basically just doing catch and release, no. I'm done doing that, Mr. Vidales, because that tells you it's okay for you to keep doing what you're doing and we're not addressing the underlying problem.
I'll fix the issue. I'll fix the issue. I'll fix it.
I don't believe you. I'm sorry, Kavita. Can't. What I'm gonna do is I'm setting you up for a TRAS because I want to know more about you. I want to know everything about you.
I'll fix the issue. I'll fix it. I got it.
I don't believe you.
What do I gotta do?
And a T-Raz.
What's that? What's a T-Rex?
It's an evaluation to see what's going on in your life, to see why you keep coming back to us and why you keep taking off. I'm done with catch and release, Mr. Vidales. It's not happening again. I love the
I gotta spend
tattoos.
more time in jail now.
That's right. You got to stay more time.
I'm finna catch out in this tank right now. I'm finna catch up. I'm finna point out 10 people. I'm finna point out 20 people. I'm finna keep on pointing out people catching up from tank and tank and tank. I'm letting you know my people's situation gonna get real worse at this point.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Are you rapping?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and point out anybody who I gotta point out.
That homeboy up for a T-Raz.
Single.
I'm not. Hey,
I'm getting threats in the whole tank.
I'll fix that for you.
Absolutely.
Can we get him into, I'd like to get him in, we're gonna get him into another tank, but let's do a T-Raz, and if he starts playing around, we'll do another T-Raz until he's plays the game, I guess, you know, but no.
Hey, Judge,
Ricardo.
reporting on Camilo Andame.
Okay.
Judge, it's the same issue. We talked about the 14 days starting the clock. We talked about the 90 days if we get a governor's warrant. He doesn't want to sign for 14 days. He won't sign anything. So that's not an option.
That's okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna reset it to October 7th for follow-up, or we're heading towards a governor's warrant on his case. Okay.
You want me to explain it to him?
If you would, sure, if you would. Yes, I appreciate that, Judge.
Lassa, thank you so much for,
No problem.
so you're opposed to a bond?
Do you consider a bond? No, okay.
No, I mean, if he's that,
I have to ask.
I know you do. And I think that if he's acting like this with you, then I think that if we let him out, we're never gonna see him again. Or it's just, I shudder to think what other thing, like what other charges he'll pick up. I mean, he seems like he's just mad at the world.
What does that mean? Cocoa
Let's
is
see if we can
chocolate.
bring him out. Mr. Andem, Camilo Andem, again, thank you. Judge, he does speak Spanish and English.
In English,
but
did you notice
I'd
that
be more
perfect
comfortable.
English?
Oh, really?
You didn't notice that?
I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, he was talking and talking, then he just broke out in perfect English.
I've got the flyer.
Okay, that's all right.
I'll step it.
It's been a minute, right?
We did.
I wish I could break out in perfect English sometimes.
Hey, Vic, that's for him, but we get the Shatori. I'm printing out two things. Hey, Shatori, he has to pre-register. Yeah. Gotta be Mr. Vidales.
That was the other guy who was rapping. That's who that was.
No more catch and release.
Good luck, Slytherin.
Fuck you, piece of shit! I'm a fucking animal, stop it,
Do you want me to call more people out?
Open
I know
the door.
Vidales. You want me to call more people out? No? Okay. So, where are we at this point, guys?
We're headed towards the governor's warrant, so we're Fleischer's for them now.
Okay, so we are headed toward getting a governor's warrant for you, okay? We will try to get it as quick as possible. At this point, I'm not ready to give you a bond. I don't have enough information about you, and I don't know if you're gonna go back. And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna delve into more I want to get more information about you to see, number one, if that is one burglary charge or if it's additional charge. I need just a little bit more time and then we can come back and we can revisit this about giving you a bond. I just wanted to bring you out to explain to you so that you know what's going on because this is your case. Do you have any questions?
Tengo preguntas. Yo ya estaba aquí antes, escucha, yo ya estaba aquí y más de 15 días me dijeron que voy a estar 14 días esperando que
Victoria went into the back.
si Georgia no viene, pero yo hoy he vuelto a venir y me vuelven a decir otros 14 días y los 14 días que hice antes, ¿qué significa?
And understand that until you waive, if you do not waive, then the time never starts running. The only time it starts running is if you waive or the time it takes for them to get a governor's warrant. So that's why I explained to you earlier, if you waive, that gives Georgia 14 days to come get you. And if they don't get you within that time, Harris County releases you. Otherwise, they will try to get a governor's warrant and it could take up to 90 days.
Yo espero que me suelten o que vengan a que resuelvan el caso, porque yo, como sigo diciendo, soy inocente.
Remember, here, we do not fight your underlying case in Georgia. I don't know anything about the burglary case. The only thing that we are concerned about is, are you the person that's wanted out of Georgia? Or is it, the only thing you can fight at this time is identity. Meaning, are you this person?
Yo soy la persona que están acusando.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The only thing is we want to know whether Georgia wants to come get you. So they're going to reach out to Georgia and then we will also let you know about that as well.
Yo soy la persona, soy yo.
I'm that person. It's me.
Okay, so how long do you guys want to set it on?
We're resetting to October 7th.
Okay.
Right now, it's, I made it clear to him that the only way to actually start those 14 days is for him to start the waiver. And when we talk about that, he's refusing to sign anything, so that we're kind of at a standstill at that point.
If you refuse to sign, then they will be forced to get a governor's warrant.
You don't know that. There's no way for you to know that.
You'll have permission to speak with the client.
Sure.
Or
Not
more
about
at him,
specifics.
I guess.
Sure.
So, sir, right now you're wanted out of Georgia for burglary. What we're doing right now is we're talking to Georgia to ask for a governor's warrant that tells their governor, to our governor, to ask Judge Fleischer to order you to return. I have until 90 days to get that governor's warrant, to move Judge Fleischer to order you to go back. You can choose to speed it up by electing to waive those rights and saying, I choose to go back, which shortens it down to 14 days. Because you're representing to the judge that it is you are spending an extra 2.5 months just to make them come get you. And that is your choice, that is your right, but I want to be clear, the only thing that you would have argued, you just said it is you.
Lo que yo no he entendido, lo que él estaba diciendo, porque justamente estabas hablando, y por eso yo quiero por eso yo quiero decir y repetir, y yo, Camilo Esono Andeme, y yo acepto todo lo que se diga para solucionar el caso, porque yo quiero estar solucionado, yo no quiero ser un buscado, yo no quiero que me vengan buscando, por eso, y yo digo, y yo acepto porque yo no tengo de otra, porque yo no soy un criminal, por eso yo acepto, porque yo quiero que se solucione.
Would you like to waive formal extradition then and start the 14 days?
¿Y quieres comenzar los 14 días?
Normalmente quiero empezar los 14 días porque yo quiero
I
que
want to start.
se solucione. Solo lo que a mí me molestaba es que yo ya había estado antes, porque ya había estado antes, pero luego.
And you will be here every single time they catch you until you take care of the Georgia case. It will be open forever until you take care of it. Even if I let you go today, the warrant will remain in effect.
Pero quiero resolver el caso.
I just want to resolve
porque tengo otras cosas que hacer.
¿Quieres firmar el documento diciendo que estás renunciando el derecho de pelear, que tú eres esta persona y que quieres que vengan a comenzar los 14 días? ¿Firmas el papel para eso? Porque me has dicho que no lo firmas, que no firmas ningún documento.
No, a ver, tráeme lo que tengo que firmar, pero yo simplemente, si es mi firma para el caso, lo tengo que firmar, porque yo lo firmo porque yo soy una persona que voy para adelante porque soy inocente. Voy a firmar.
This is just waiving extradition. You can still go back to Georgia and fight the case. This does not affect the case in Georgia. It only makes them come get you quicker.
Que te vengan a recoger más rápidamente.
Que yo, y los 14 días, el problema, mira, señora, el problema, yo tengo una persecución de una organización criminal y esa organización criminal son los que me imputan ese problema y yo simplemente, yo no estoy diciendo que yo no me voy a Georgia porque yo sé que esa organización criminal son los que me van haciendo todas esas manipulaciones y yo siempre digo.
And you need to go back to Georgia and tell them that in Georgia. And you tell that to the fiscal in Georgia. Here, there's nothing that anybody can do about it.
Yo tampoco, sí, no tenés nada.
He's saying he doesn't want to go back to Georgia because he thinks he's going to get persecuted if he goes back to Georgia. Is basically what he's saying. But not by the DA, so to speak, by other organizations that have it out for him, is what he's saying. And so things like maybe political persecution or whatnot, you know? So we just need to know if you want to waive extradition. If yes, then we will start the 14 days. If not, then they will get a governor's warrant. What would you like to do?
Renunciar, ¿qué significa? Renunciar porque renunciar.
It means that you, instead of having to wait 90 days, you get 14 days. And if the state of Georgia does not pick you up within 14 days, Harris County releases you.
No pasa nada, sí.
¿Quieres hacer eso?
Sí.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll waive extradition. So all we need to do, and we don't need to do anything else, is we'll just have him sign it and then we'll.
Thank you, Judge.
Can we have him sign it out here in front of you, Judge?
Sure.
Thank you, appreciate it.
She's signing it right now, so.
Okay.
Lo van a imprimir
Thank
y
you.
luego lo firman.
Judge, while that's printing, can we talk about a different case that's on the docket?
Yeah.
Mr. Carlo, no, I'm sorry. Oh, here he is. Oscar Cruz Hernandez. He's the gentleman that you appointed me to earlier this week. His family tested in the hospital. I was tasked with trying to figure out where he's at.
Right.
Okay, so I've talked, the prosecutor wants to come up here.
Yes, we're waiting to sign the extradition.
So what happened on this one, I talked to his mother. The gentleman here was a friend of the family. I talked to his mother. His mother says, hey, he's taken to hospital. He's currently in Harris County Psychiatric Center. I've talked to the Harris County Psychiatric Center and they said that as of today, he is in there. If you take that as proof that he's in there, that he's currently in there, That should suffice. If not, there's a number you could call or Ms. Pearl
Congratulations
will
about the
confirm
wedding,
what she told me.
not the other.
Yeah, I mean, how do we know that he's really in that, other than their word?
Well, she said she looked it up. Ms. Pearl, she's with probate court number 3. She looked it up through a census report. They did, however.
Probate court.
Yeah, so I called the number, the Harris County Psych Center. They transferred me to her.
Vas a
She's the
firmar
one that
aquí
looked it up.
para comenzar los 14.
You know, the other thing, did you ask him how long?
No, they're refusing to give you too much information on it, but they confirmed that.
Así.
Yeah, it's a problem because I have no idea how long he's gonna be there. You know, if we set it a week, then what?
Yeah, where's that? I'll make them a copy.
Le van a dar una copia.
Okay. Buena suerte.
Igualmente.
Yeah.
Okay, Camilo, ahorita te doy la copia. Y si es posible,
Okay, we started Judge Fleischer with Heartwarming. We're going to end Judge Fleischer with Heartwarming. Another one. I know, we just see that. Oh, wait. Go Steelers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sorry. Undefeated. Sorry. I don't want to miss it. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to find it quick. I'm a master at this. Hi, Ramona. God, I still have a soft sit waiting in here somewhere I have to find. But you know what? I don't need to find it right away because I know no one else has it. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a race. Sorry. I get distracted easy. All right, here we go. Look at his suit, though, guys. Seriously.
A big globe. I had a big globe like this big. This cat knocked it over, broke it everywhere. I was so pissed.
Put it like.
Yeah, right there.
Hello. Here's my cat.
That's
Toffee. She's very cute.
How old?
She's a year and 2 months old. This is from when I just got back from California a week ago. This is the first thing she did when she saw me. She just like.
She missed you, huh?
Right in my lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's sweet. She's a sweetheart.
You have just one cat or what?
Just one cat, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's loving it.
She's great. I fight for justice for Toffee. That's what I fight for.
Toffee. That is awesome. Oh, boy. Oh, Jennifer, you missed it. You missed a day. It was happy, and then it was crazy, and then it was sad, and then it was funny. Then it was loud, which is also funny. And that was just Judge Fleischer's courtroom. Okay. All right. So we're done. We did it all. There's nothing else to play. I'm looking for what I need to play, and we're done. I have too many cats to count right now, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I got a lot of cats in this house. Yeah, we're done, guys. It feels like I just started, though, doesn't it? Anyway, if Jay shows up and ATX shows up tomorrow, I might scoot and do another Kelly trial. You know, Fozzie's not showing up. Oh my gosh. Okay, so guys, behave. I'm going to try to find a subset for tomorrow who needs to know what dictionary we use. What dictionary we use. Where's my outro? Thanks for coming out, guys. I really appreciate it. I really, really, really do. Please don't forget 2 things. Don't forget 2 things. 2 things. 1, October 15th. I'm going to Judge Fleischer's courtroom, and everybody is invited to come to Judge Fleischer's courtroom. But not everybody, because look how many seats there are. And if there's a trial, then we're in big trouble. Fingers crossed, we can just go October 15th, and there'll be like 5 of us, 6 of us, 15 of us the most. Or it'll just be me, and that's fine. I don't know what time I'm gonna get to the courtroom October 15th. I think the plane lands at 8. But you know how planes are. They land whenever they feel like it. Just I start my streams whenever I feel like it. Monica, that would be so cool. So, yeah, October 15th, we'll be in Judge Fleischer's courtroom if anybody's interested. Watch. Melissa and Victoria will take off that day. Or the judge won't be in court that day. Oh my God, that would be so bad. I should have checked to see if anybody was on vacation or something. Or if it's like a judge's conference. Oh my gosh, that was stupid of me. You know, I need someone to stop me before I do things like this. Because that was really expensive. We're just going to hope for the best. There's no reason why October 15th this court should be down, right? Right? I mean, it's too late, man. I've already bought the tickets. You can't just change your mind. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, look, Victoria will be there, even if we just play Monopoly or something. Just kidding. I won't bother you. I know you're working. I'll just stare at you both from that corner over there for 8 hours. Yeah, so the plane lands at 8, and however long it takes for me to get off the plane, I won't have baggage to get or anything. I just get off the plane and find an Uber. Okay, John, I will try, but what if 100 of you just say that right now? Then I'm screwed. You know what I mean? Hi, Bill. Because I can't stand there in Judge Fleischer's courtroom and say hello, Billy and Bob and Steven, and that would be bad. No, I didn't check. Why would I check first? It's just better to, learn the hard way. I will say hello, Vibers. Yes. And then I'm going to get steak, Tex-Mex, barbecue, and tacos from somewhere because I'm in Texas. So that I have to get all that. If I have to, hide it in my bra to take back with me, I will. I want it all. If I can't eat it all, I don't care. I want it all. I can't pronounce your name. Brisket, don't, guys, I already have 4 things. Okay, I need brisket. I always drink Corona. I always drink all kinds of stuff. I think all the steak places in Texas are famous, aren't they? Like you could just go anywhere and get a Texas steak in Texas. Oh, Melissa, that would be cool. Really? That would be so cool. My plane to come home is at 6 p.m. ish. So I have to get to the airport before then. But no, I don't want to try a Brazilian steakhouse. I want Texas. I'm in Texas. Although, never mind. Yeah. I can't bring candy because they won't let me carry anything onto the plane. I got an economy seat. It's only this big. No, I'm not going to Texas Roadhouse. I'm just not. Absolutely not. IAH. IHA. AIH. The one that's not Hoover, Hooper, Hooker. $5. $5, or I'm going to tell him you said something mean. I'm joking. Yep. Yeah, that's the one. George Bush. Yep, that's the one. George Bush International. Nope, it's not internet. Intercontinental yeah, Intercontinental. I can't wait. It's just like I know the 15th is only a couple days away, but it seems like a year from now. And I have nothing to wear. I need to find something to wear. You don't know how much my outfit is bothering me. I don't buy clothing ever. I wear like t-shirts. Now I have to go figure out what to wear. I'm just gonna wear my big dog shirt. I'm not gonna wear my court 5 shirt though now, guys. I have to look snazzy like the judge does on a Friday. That's what I'm thinking. I know. Man, I'm so excited. Choker. I'm gonna buy a dress so I can wear my heels. It's gonna be flamboyant. Filthy animal, yeah. Ah, you could wear a bow tie. I could. I could wear a tiny bow tie because I'm not wearing one that big because it would just bother me. You won't be able to see me. Look at the gallery. Look at the gallery. I'm gonna have big signs that say PR bond or he goes with you. Melissa, Victoria, I'm joking. It's a courtroom. I am going to treat it like a courtroom. I promise. I am joking. I'm not going to sell hot dogs out front. I'm going to giggle the whole time. No, I don't want to go to jail. I really don't want to go home. I forgot about my wig. Yes, yes, you could. You know why? You're an adult. And if you want to get on an airplane and go the whole way to Texas, you're allowed to do that. No one's going to stop you. Except you're like conscience. Like, hey, you can't go to Texas. I'm not. I'm just going to sit there with my mouth closed. I'm not going to have my phone out. I'm not going to be a mod that day. I'm not going to have my phone out because I don't want Steven to get mad at me. You know where I think I should sit? Right here behind behind the prosecutors. No, I don't want to sit in the box. No, I'm absolutely not. No way. I'm gonna sit right here. I'm gonna sit right here, and every few minutes, I'm gonna just lean forward and say, "Hey, show me your cat again. Hey, show me Toffee. Hey, can you show me Toffee one more time?" At least, well, that's something I could do. Maybe I'll have a little notebook. I could write notes in. God. All right, hold on. Hold on, Jennifer. Oh, this is a bad idea. It's a courtroom. I need to show respect. I can't dress in the I can't. I can't dress in a Skittles dress for no, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. I just don't want to go to jail. Yep, Skittles dress. Luckily, none of those are pretty. They're just not pretty. I don't like any of them. Why don't they ever make classy Skittles dresses? My gosh. Oh no, they just keep getting worse if you scroll down more. No, okay. All right, close that window. Pac-Man dress. Yeah, his Pac-Man suit was the best. The best. And we had it here first, guys. We did. Like a month, at least 2 months before he bought it. We were like, hey, the judge would look nice in that. I should. I definitely should. And I have enough gum. Don't worry. I have enough gum to chew. In case they take one, I'll just pull out another one. I was thinking about wearing my Court 5 shirt, but I'm not going to. I want to wear a dress. I want to wear a dress so I can wear my heels, which I don't want to wear heels because that's a long day in heels, and I can't take anything else to walk in. But I should probably just wear my Court 5 shirt and some sneakers because that is going to be a long day. My third black high-heeled boots. See, that's why I want to wear them. I might just wear leggings and a t-shirt, Court 5's t-shirt. Are we going to go with the jumper again? I think, yeah, yes, Carrie. Yes, yes, yes. I don't even have Vans because they would hurt my feet. I mean, I do 30,000 steps on a Wednesday. I mean, on a Saturday. I can't wear Vans. That is classy. You don't have to be logical. They're pretty, man. They're pretty. The light up. I do have light up sneakers. Oh, Arto, you are so smart. What is his favorite team? Of which sport? Oh, I could wear that jersey. There you go. I'm not asking to see the jail. Hell no. I do not want to go to jail. Nothing. I don't want to go to jail. I have to come home. I work Wednesday. It's bingo night. I have to have my stream ready by 4:30. The plane lands at like midnight. And then I have to drive from Philadelphia home and have my stream ready by 4:30. And I'm going to do it. And then be at work. And I'm going to do it. All right, guys. I'm going to put my outro on because I'm too excited. I'm too excited about all this. I need to calm down. My kids will put me in the panic room or something. I know. I can't wait. I'm going to light you up, sneakers. Oh my gosh. Van Halen. No, I don't want to be arrested. Guys, you need to steer away from arrested type talk and be like, I don't know, type talk. I do not want to go to jail. Bye, Terry. And I don't need to sleep away. I have coffee. All right. Thank you, guys. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for coming out. I will see you in a couple hours. Bye, guys.
Got these lights that goes digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales waiting to the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes mirror sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With extreme, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. close late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom, eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted charm, in a way there's no harm.